Hey soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we are taking a look at the signs and synchronicities that you've been getting. What are the recent signs and synchronicities have been trying to tell you exactly? This is what we'll be focused on in today's reading, and to do that we will be picking out 4 piles together. So I see this one peeping out, so that's pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile number 4. Let's see what we have for today's reading. So for pile number 1, we have Pimpernel. There we go. We have Pimpernel. For pile number 2, we have Wisteria. For pile number 3, we have Birch. And for pile number 4, we have Buttercup. If you like to pick with crystals, let me add these right now. There we go. So for pile number 1, we have the red Jasper. This is what your crystal looks like. For pile number 2, we have the blue Howlite. And this is what your crystal looks like. For pile number 3, we have the yellow Aventurine. And this is what your crystal looks like. For pile number 4, we have the Lapis Lazuli. And this is what your crystal looks like. All right, so take a look at your 4 piles and see which one you're the most drawn to. And that is probably the pile for you here today. And as I always explain, let your intuition lead the way, because your intuition is your magic. It is the reason you watch your pile and you end up getting the magical message that you're supposed to receive. So trust it, whether it's calling you to just one pile, several piles, or maybe all piles today are meant to show you what signs and the synchronicities you've been getting are trying to tell you exactly. So take a look at them, see which ones you're the most drawn to, and as usual, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. Hey soul family, welcome to the shuffling and card picking process. It is so lovely having you around. Thank you for being here. And as I always say, I find it very important for you to be part of this process. That's why I leave it on camera, to have your energy as we prepare those piles. So lovely to have you here. And before we begin, let me introduce the cards to you. On the left are the oracle cards, and on the right are the tarot decks that we will be using for today's reading. All right, so let's now start shuffling with intention. And the intention for today's reading is, what are the recent signs and synchronicities trying to tell you exactly? Very excited about today's reading. Cannot wait to find that out for you. It's always lovely to see what the signs have been trying to tell us all the time. And so this is why I try to do this reading every once in a while, to update you guys on what the signs have been trying to tell you. In fact, you know what? I will link the reading that I've done last year on the same topic in the description box for you to check it out if you would like to extend on your reading. Okay, let's now pick up your second oracle deck. Oh, I feel like this one was trying to pull our attention. Weeping Willow, family sorrow. So I feel like here this is a spirit guide trying to reach out to some of you or all of you. If you have a family member who maybe has passed away recently or long ago that you feel very connected to, this spirit guide is here to tell you that they love you, they hear you all the time, they see your sorrow, and that they are always connected and rooted to you, whether that you can see them or not. So that's a special message for some of you. And for the ones who have resonated with this message, they are the ones who have been sending you these signs and synchronicities, telling you that things will be okay. All right, so lovely. I feel privileged to have been able to deliver this message, honestly. Okay, so so we have our 4 piles. Thank you. Wonderful. 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like today's reading is definitely guided. I really feel that from all the messages and all the things that are happening already. Okay, so now let's get into our tea leaves. The tea leaves, I'm going to divide them into 4 parts for each pile. There we go. Let's pick up the first pile. What are the recent signs and synchronicities have been trying to tell you recently exactly? What are the recent... Oh, 2. Okay. Signs and synchronicities trying to tell you exactly. What are the recent signs? Oh, wow, thanks. And synchronicities trying to tell you exactly. Okay, now on to your tarot decks. Let's pick up your first deck. What are the recent signs and synchronicities? Things trying to tell you exactly. So 2, 2, 2. What are the recent signs and synchronicities trying to tell you exactly? What are the recent signs and synchronicities trying to tell you exactly? on to the next one. What are the recent signs and synchronicities trying to tell you exactly? There we go. All right, so our 4 piles are now ready. Let's put them neatly together so that we can start your readings. That is pile number 1. They seem like a lot of cards today. There we go. So pile number 1 with the red Jasper. Pile number 2 there we go, with the blue Howlite. Pile number 3. Right there, with the yellow Aventurine. And pile number 4. Right there, with the Lapis Lazuli. There we go. So our 4 piles are now ready. As always, thank you so much for being around and sharing your energy as we prepare for your piles. It is always lovely having you around. I feel your energies, and I'm forever grateful that I'm lucky, so lucky, to be surrounded by beautiful souls like you. Thank you. Will always feel this gratitude more than anything in the world. Thank you so much. Love you. And let's get into your reading. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful red Jasper as well as the Pimpernel. It's really fitting to have the Pimpernel in this reading, but let's see what the rest of the cards are saying for you, my dear pile number 1. As usual, we'll be starting off with your oracle cards first. Let's take a look. Yes, these are the oracle decks that we've chosen. So pile number 1, you have joy. Now the picture is definitely coming together. All right, things are coming maybe into alignment here. All right. You have Mars in Scorpio with revenge. And you have dog far away. A distant friend is thinking of you. Okay. Here, I feel like this is a spirit guide, a loyal spirit guide to you that is always there. They have been the ones sending these synchronicities to you. If you've also watched the preparation process, this is definitely a confirmation for you, because we kind of got the same message there as well. Okay, let's take a look at your tarot cards. So, pile number 1, you have the Weaver of Challenges. which is the Queen of Swords. Interesting. Okay. You have Suspension, which is the Hanged Man. You have the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, I am so sorry. There we go. Let me quickly show you your cards. So you have Joy. You have Revenge. You have Dog. The Queen of Swords. The Hanged Man. And the Knight of Pentacles. I'll organize them in a little while. You also have the Two of Wands. You have the Ace of Pentacles. You have the Empress. The Strength card. And last but not least, you have the Three of Cups. Very interesting reading, especially the Two of Wands here. Let me organize this and come back in a second. There we go. All right, so pile number one, your message is very clear and very sweet. So first of all, you were drawn to the Pimpernel. As you may know, they call the Pimpernel the shepherd's weather glass. And the reason they call it that is because the Pimpernel, it opens up in the morning and closes up at noon and doesn't open up until the next day. Also, it opens only when it's sunny. And so if it's going to rain, it's not going to open up. So it's kind of like it allows us to know the time of the day. If it's past noon, it helps us know if it doesn't open up in the morning, then we can kind of predict that it's going to be raining, right? So the signs and the synchronicities have been gauging the temperature for you. They have been telling you that there is, do you see with the head, there's a cutting of the head. There's an end of a time, and joy coming into your life. With the Queen of Swords holding the raven, I see that your specific spirit guide is telling you that they can't tell you much at the moment. Things have to unfold naturally. But what they can tell you, and what they've been trying to tell you with the signs and synchronicities over and over, that with the Hanged Man here, it's hot, right? It feels bad temporarily, and you are going to receive a lot of blessings that they may not be able to discuss with you at the moment or reveal to you in due time. They will be able to tell you, but they keep sending you these synchronicities and these signs, this alignment all the time, because they want to tell you that you're not alone. They can see you, they can see what's going on, they feel for you, but they really want you to know that up ahead, things are going to change completely. With the Empress, the Empress is nurturing and a new birth, a new beginning, something wonderful to come, to look forward to, something stable, a beautiful world. So they're trying to tell you, I know it feels bad now, but believe me, you are not alone. And do you see the dragonfly here? You're in a transformation at the moment that you may not really see is a transformation, but it really is. It's changing so much within you. And again, the idea of your spirit guides with the signs keep trying to tell you that you may not be seeing it, but something is starting up. Again, we see with the Ace of Pentacles, new beginning. The Two of Wands are the idea of a new beginning, a birth of a new beginning. The Two of Wands is the first decan in Aries. Mars and Mars energy, first decan in Aries with Mars energy, showing this birth, this new beginning of something, just like the Empress. And with the eyes here, the sad eyes we see on this card, showing that there's a lot of sadness within you. You may not be able to see it now. It may be super hard to even fathom or see, but your spirit guides are saying, believe me, a new beginning is up for you. Hold on with the Strength card. Hold on just a little longer. Everything that is happening now, pile number 1, is happening for a very specific reason. And you will see that there is joy up ahead. And when you get a card with joy, this means a lot of happiness, obviously, up ahead. This means excitement. In fact, you have the 3 of Cups here, which a lot of the times means a time of celebration. So we can see you really being pumped up, very excited, perhaps even feeling like the chosen one up ahead in your trip. The Knight of Pentacles shows us that it may be a slow journey at the time being, and it's that slowness that may be making you feel that nothing is really happening, because everything is very slow. Everything is suspended here. Everything is like on halt. But your signs and your synchronicities are very clear. They keep trying to tell you, even though it's slow at the moment, it will not remain this way forever. It will not remain like nothing is changing for a very long time. This is only a temporary period. You're going through something very important at the moment. And I'm going to pick up your cards and try to help you and ask your spirit guides, what is slowing it down? And what are you supposed to get out of this period? Because pile number 1, it seems like it feels very hot. It's like maybe you can no longer take this anymore. There's a lot of pressure, and you feel like you cannot really tolerate it. It may even be eating you up. These times for you are not easy at all. They are very tough, and I'm so sorry for that, pile number 1. And all the signs and synchronicities that you've been getting, they have been telling you that you're not alone. Your spirit guides can see everything, and to hold on a little bit, because amazing times are ahead. So let's see why there's a pause here. Because with the dragonfly, I feel like there is a certain specific reason for that. Let's find out together, pile number 1. What is that reason? Why is there a halt here? What is the reason for this halt, please, for pile number 1? So you have the Ace of Cups and the 7 of Wands. You have, wow, I was just thinking of the Ace of Wands. Wow. So you have the Ace of Wands, the Justice card, and the King of Pentacles. And notice there's a tortoise here showing something moving slowly, right? But with the King of Pentacles leading to a magnificent results. So we're taking a look at why this is happening. 7 of Wands is a card of challenges. With Mars and Leo, of course, we see that you're being trained with the muscles of your hands. Of course, this is metaphorically speaking. You're being trained at the moment to learn to hold things in your hands, to learn to take control of your situation, to understand it from all its different aspects, because you understanding these critical things now will later on be very vital with the Justice cards in you handling much bigger things when it comes to your abundance or the situation that you want with the King of Discs. So this is definitely with the Ace of Wands and Cassaduus here. It's definitely a healing journey. With the Ace of Cups, again, we see that it's done with love. Although it may feel bad. But with the Ace of Cups, we learn that your spirit guides are telling you that you're learning slowly to be okay with challenges, to take control of them, to learn more about them. But most importantly, it's a journey of not just being in control, but most importantly as well, to go through this period from the heart while being okay, while not going through so much stress and fear and anxiousness, which is what we see with the Hanged Man here. And as soon as I saw the Hanged Man, it struck my heart. It made me feel in pain, because I can really feel your pain here. It's not easy at all. But your spirit guides are saying that this is a time where you're learning to take control of these fears, take control of your learnings, and to tread through life with acceptance and with good feelings. Because while moving ahead and taking command of something much bigger later on in life, it's going to require that sort of power. It's going to require you to stand strong, to receive that blessing, to be able to handle that huge blessing. There's a huge blessing coming up. Okay, now we understand with the Empress now and the King of Pentacles, there is a huge blessing coming up. Eight of Wands, wow, and the Knight of Wands both show speed. So this huge blessing coming up in your life will be moving very quickly, and it will require you to be very solid in order to handle such great power or such great events that come with it. And so in order to be able to do that, you're being trained now with the responsibilities that seem big now, to accept it, to learn more about it, to control it, but at the same time, let it be. Let it do what it's doing. Accept what it is, knowing that you're trying your very best. And as long as you're trying your best, and at the same time, believing that the best is yet to come, and believing that nothing is more important than your mental and emotional well-being, that will be the end of this lesson. Things will start moving, but believe me, pile number one, things will start moving at an exponential rate. And it requires that sort of strength of you knowing how to center yourself and be okay and tempered and balanced in order to handle that amount of greatness that is happening in your life. So now we've seen both what the signs are trying to tell you, and at the same time we've seen how to why you're going through this, and how even to come out of it quickly, pile number one. And for that to be an whole encompassing reading, there's one thing that we need to ask. How are you advised to go about this advice from your spirit guides? So how are you advised to go and apply this advice? Okay, so we have interesting. We have the invocation cards. And this is an extra card in this deck. And you are going to be mind blown at what this card says. In fact, it's a couple of lines. I'm going to read it out to you because you will have your mind blown. I don't think I'll be able to word it in the amazing way that it's written, and it says exactly what your spirit guides have been trying to relay. This, if this is not a confirmation, I don't know what is. So you have the invocation card, you have the Queen of Wands, you have the Moon card. Let's see the other cards. So I'm reminding you, we're taking a look at how you're advised to apply this advice exactly, of treading with balance, being emotionally okay, and trying to take command of the situation without worrying. You have the Tower card, the King of Swords. Oh, sorry, I didn't show it to you. The King of Swords, and the Magician. So first things first, let me read out this extra card to you. You are going to be mind blown. So it says, take a moment to clarify your intentions. This is a call to connect with your guides. Reach out to the guardian of the first threshold. They will test your resolve and worthiness to cross over. Intimidating at first, the guardian nonetheless holds your best interests and inner growth at heart. Magic is all around us, and we only need to tap into it. So open yourself to receiving guidance and wisdom. Really interesting. So we can clearly see here that your guides are saying first to connect with them. But most importantly, what I'm getting from this message is that you are being not tested, you're being prepared for this next amazing phase of your life. And like we said, to be able to handle it, once you are able to handle taking control of things without really letting fears interfere, it's like you're now allowed to cross over to the other side. Is exactly the message that we can see here with the invocation. So your clear advice is seeing the Queen of Wands and taking a look at the recent events with the death of Queen Elizabeth. May her soul rest in peace. This stands out to me in one way, really, intuitively. She has sworn that she would be of service to her people for as long as she lives. And she did. She kept her promise. And that's one of the amazing and iconic things about Queen Elizabeth. She was very serious about her service. So here we can clearly see the idea of giving yourself a promise to stay strong despite what happens, to put your mental state first before anything, to always, because the Queen of Wands has a lot of strength, to always stand strong and say, what's most important is for me to be okay first. Let's see how we're going to handle this calmly, no matter how much we don't know with the moon here. We will never know, because with every human being on the planet, we will always face things that we don't know. We will never know the future. We will always face hardships. And the more we train ourselves to stay strong and to stay calm amidst these challenges, the more we handle life at peace. So it's not about what happens to us. That's outside us. It's how we react to it. And so whatever happens, our mental state comes first. And that's what your spirit guides really are saying here. To take control of the situation with peace because we will always never know what's going to happen next, not just this time. No matter how much we think we're prepared for something, if we think, oh, well, if I had money, I would know how to handle things later on. And then people who have money and they face a horrible health scare think, oh, but if I just had my health, I could have handled anything, and so on. We always think it's greener on the other side, and we always feel like if we had something, we were going to be able to handle it better. We all go through this. And the learning lesson for all of us is to know that no matter what we think we should have had to handle something, there will always be something else as a challenge. And it's all here to teach us, just like here with the suspended, the hanged man, to teach us not to put ourselves into stress whenever tough situations happen. Because tough situations, they happen. Sometimes it's great, and sometimes things just happen, even on a global scale or on a smaller scale. So it's not about wishing it was better on the outside. It's always about being okay on the inside. And that's the ultimate heaven on earth. Taking control of the situation, thinking about what one is going to do, and ultimately to balance our emotions and take control of them, and to choose to be okay while doing everything that we have in our hands, and feeling, okay, I've done my best, I must remain okay. I did whatever I can that's in my hands. It will not serve me to stay worried. And that is really the lesson here that will take you to the other side, to where your grand blessing is, my dear pile number 1. Knowing that there's a lot that's going to be happening with this huge blessing that you would love and want, but is to remain balanced, to remain strong, so that you are able to handle the things that come with it, especially that it's going to be moving quickly. And so these challenges are not meant to halt you, although it looks like it. These challenges are meant to make you grow and to be prepared to cross to the other side, to get that balance. So yeah, we can see that with the tower, bad things may... No, bad is not the right word. I mean challenging things. Challenging things will come many times in our lives. Sometimes we would go through them and finally be over with them. Sometimes they come back. Sometimes they're very short. Sometimes they're a bit longer. It is all about us being okay internally. Do you see the serenity in this invocation card? It's all about being tranquil as we tread through these times. That's our most valuable asset. And here we see with the King of Swords and the Magician to instead make a plan, be in control of the situation as much as possible, do what is necessary, be disciplined, finish the things that are worrying us the most, to handle the things that are worrying us the most, take care of them. And with the Magician, know that we're not alone in here. It might look like it in the 3D, but there's so much to the universe we don't know, despite what we think. And there's so much magic around us, and that's what your invocation card has been saying. Step into that magic by releasing low vibrations such as fear and getting into high vibrations such as gratitude, knowing that the best is to come, being hopeful, feeling the blessings that are about to come and the ones that are already in your life. So pile number 1, that was your reading. I wish you the best of luck from my heart. This is what your recent signs and synchronicities have been trying to tell you. There's great times ahead. Be strong. You'll be stepping to the other side. Your blessings are so big, they cannot for some reason be discussed at the moment. There's a level of secrecy. They will be unfolding by time. And yeah, pile number, let me take this out so you can see it. Pile number 1, there's huge blessings ahead for you. look forward to these. And they're coming quickly. The Knight of Wands and the Eight of Wands is very quick energy. It's happening quickly. And as soon as you step into that power, you'll see that everything around you will be changing. Most importantly, your peace of mind. And yeah, just as things are happening quick within these blissful times, it also shows that you're entering in towards these times very quickly. Pile number 1. So pile number 1, that was your reading. Wishing you all the best of luck from my heart. If you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Also, if you love Zodiac Tarot readings, make sure to check my other channel out. You'll find it as the first link in the description box. And please subscribe to this channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And also, please don't forget to check out my productivity book, pile number 1. This book could really help you out. It's small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate or waste time reading it. But you'll find that it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person, to be a self-disciplined person, so you can do whatever you want to do. And not only that, but it teaches you how to enjoy that process. Isn't this wonderful? So if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. And now there's also an audiobook if you enjoy audiobooks as well, like me. And pile number 1, it was a great pleasure and an honor delivering these messages from your spirit guides. I've learned so much as well with you. It's a great reminder, and thank you to you and to your spirit guides, and I wish you all the best of luck now and in the beautiful times ahead. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful blue Howlite as well as the Wisteria card. So let's put them to the side for now and see how they fit into your reading. And we're taking a look at what the recent signs and synchronicities have been trying to tell you exactly. And to do that, we'll be taking a look at your oracle cards first. You got 2 tea leaves, I remember, from when we were preparing your pile. So you have psychic development. Really cool. I feel here an intuitive idea of something that is ordinary, no longer becoming ordinary, becoming extraordinary. We'll see how this kind of fits into your reading, but that's like an intuitive hit that I got straight away. You have Sun in Libra with harmony. You have the Axe, forces working against you. And you have young man, dealings or relationship with a younger man. Right, let's keep them right there. See, you have harmony, forces and forces working against you. If you've been feeling like something has been tough on you, do know that it's going to come into balance pretty soon. In fact, with the Wisteria, these signs are trying to tell you that the hardships and the things that you feel are going against you, even though you've been trying to do something or overcome them, may seem like, you know how when you look at someone who is very adamant about being bad and kind of exudes power on the people around them, and you feel like life just doesn't hit them. Well, it might seem this way on the outside, whether it's a person or different types of circumstances. They may look like life doesn't beat them, but this is not true. Things are going to come into harmony for you, pile number 2, specifically that you have the Wisteria, and the Wisterias are slow to set out their leaves in the spring, but eventually they do. They wait for this perfect weather. So there is a right timing where all of the challenges that don't just seem to die, they're up there in your face, They seem like they're not going to end. It's not true. The signs and the synchronicities are telling you that things are going to come into balance. They may be a bit slow, but they are going to. You're going to overcome this. And what seems ordinary now, that's a very special message, is going to be extraordinary. I wonder what this is talking about. Let's take a look at the rest of your cards, pile number 2. So you have the Strength card. Hold on. You have, wow, the Wheel of Fortune. I'm telling you, things are going to change in a very strong way pretty soon, becoming extraordinary. If you feel like your challenges have been bold and they're not budging, this is not true. Oh, this one, okay. You have the 6 of Cups. Six of Cups. If this is a financial issue, then you'll be able to budget it. You'll be able to pay it off. If this is a challenging person, again, we see with the 6 of Cups that you won't only be overcoming this, but they're going to become history. And if it's a struggle at work, again, we see the idea, it's a circle like the Wheel of Fortune. Again, we see the idea that it's going to be in the past. Something strong is coming up. You have the 4 of Swords. You have, wow, the 10 of Swords. This is a very sad Inuit story, which kind of making me understand that there are some people who may have, what's the word? May have not hurt you, but stabbed you or tried to hurt you, because we see the axe here twice. This is a story of great, the word I'm looking for, a great betrayal. Betrayal, of great betrayal. Talking about the people around you, or someone specifically who was supposed to be there for you, but left you, betrayed you some way. So we'll talk about Sedna right away, but let's take a look at the rest of your cards. You have the Queen of Swords, a lot of knives involved here. Looks like a big knife rather than a sword. You have the 6 of Wands. And you have the Chariot card. Okay. Yeah, so yeah. Now your reading is very clear. It's talking about betrayal from some people, and especially people that could have been very close to you. Your signs are talking recently about these people, pile number 2, that your spirit guides can see what happened there. These people were supposed to be loyal to you, but they betrayed you. They left you out in the cold, especially that we have Sedna's story, which is the goddess of the sea. And the reason she became the goddess of the sea, long story short, is because as she was going home with her father, the birds were coming after them. And so he had to throw Sedna off into the sea. She grasped onto the kayak to save herself, and her father cut her fingers off so that he can save himself and leave quickly from the birds. And so Sedna became really angry and hurt and shocked from the betrayal coming from her own flesh and blood, her father. It's known that her fingers became whales and seagulls, I think. no, seals. And she became the goddess of the sea. She was able to transform her situation, what happened, and turn it into something strong. And she became the goddess of the sea. So we're seeing here that some people around you that you may have felt have been betraying you, maybe have been conspiring against you, ones that should have been there for you. The signs and the synchronicities that you're seeing are saying to you that not only is this seen, but they will be shocked to see how your situation is changing greatly. Their power and their boldness and the the things that they're doing now with the keys here, maybe some of you, this is a specific message for some of you. There, even some of you who may know others who are maybe involved in some sort of rituals or magic, doing magic against them. Do not fear or fright, pile number 2, whatever the situation is, whatever type of bad behavior that they're doing. Your spirit guides are saying that they can see that. And this is not just only going to be in the past. Their bad energy, their magic, whatever it is they're doing is going to be entangled. It's not going to work. Whatever they're conspiring to do against you, the horrible actions that they're doing is going to be halted and trapped in the wheel of time. The Kala chakra. I need to check this. Hold on, pile number 2. So here is what's going on at pile number 2. The exact detail of how you're transcending this type of boldness or magic / power, whatever it is. You might think this is crazy, but here I'm explaining the Kala chakra here. So reality transcends itself into numerous phenomena. And so your new reality, although it all seems like one, is actually transcending over another reality where it looks the same, but it's actually shifting. Hence, not being affected from the previous reality where they put this harm or tried to put this harm upon you. I'm not sure if I explained it well, but there is... Oh my God, that's why we said the ordinary becoming extraordinary. See, if someone is harming you now, pile number 2, the signs and synchronicities that you've been seeing are showing you that your reality is going to transcend that of theirs. Meaning you're not going to be harmed at all with whatever kind of power they're trying to protrude, because they can increase the intensity all they want. All they want. Your reality is transcending theirs. And so we're seeing you become strong. We're seeing you be in a very favorable position with the 6 of Wands kind of winning this situation, although you're not here playing games. And that's where we find harmony. And so it might look like it's been taking time, where you might think that you were hit, but really you're transcending. It's like, you know how when you watch the sea or watch someone surfing, one wave coming in, another coming, I hope you could see that, one wave coming in and another wave forming over it and becoming the dominant one, where you can't see the one underneath at all. So yeah, with Wisteria, we can kind of see that it may have taken time, but you're transcending. It's in the past now. And you see the Chariot is really coming out of it not in a nonchalant way, very calmly, very tranquilly. You're moving from this journey in a calm way. We see with the camel in the Chariot card that it was a journey that took some time, but you're coming out of it clean, and I mean energetically, of course, and very well protected. You have very strong spirit guides, pile number 2, with the familiar here. You certainly have a spirit team that is adamant about protecting you and saving you. And I feel like you have an ancestral line that has strong magic, and it is there because you have some strong mission to do, pile number 2. You're on a very strong mission. You're meant to do something great, and so you're being protected here to be able to go through that mission that you're supposed to do in this lifetime. Pile number 2. You are highly loved and protected, my dear pile number 2. What can I tell you? What a very special reading. I'm going to tell you some of the synchronicities that I see, but please don't take it to heart. This is just extra confirmation in case you hear it. Signs and synchronicities come in all shapes and forms. Some of you have been seeing white feathers as well. Also 7, I just saw another 7. Yes, the strength card, 7. Also 6 and 6. I saw some 4s as well. 4 and 4. Yeah. So you could be really seeing, 10 and 10. So a lot of 1s. 1, 1, 1. Yeah. So all in all, my dear pile number 2, your specific signs and synchronicities are telling you everything is seen. You're protected. Even the things that you are not seeing are turning in your favor. You're being protected. You're just blessed out there, my dear pile number 2. Keep it a secret. Don't tell anyone about it. And pile number 2, that was your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Oh, also, if you love Zodiac Tarot readings, don't forget to check my other channel out. You'll find a link to this other channel first thing in the description box. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book, pile number 2. This book is small, straight to the point. It'll teach you so much about being disciplined, being productive, all while enjoying the process. You'll find that this book is straight to the point. You won't procrastinate or waste time reading it. And so if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. And by the way, now there's also an audiobook if you love and enjoy listening to audiobooks. And pile number 2, that was your amazing magical reading. May you always be blessed. That was your reading, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Oh, by the way, if you want to watch the past Synchronicities video that I've done last year, you'll find it also linked in the description box. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful yellow Aventurine as well as the Birch card. Let's keep it right here. I was going to say something, but I'm going to wait until we see the rest of your cards. And let's take a look at what the recent signs and synchronicities have been trying to tell you exactly, pile number 3. So you have, inner journey. Okay. Can you see that? No, I'm so sorry. There we go. So you have inner journey. You have Jupiter in Sagittarius with principle. And you have club. Someone will try to make you do something against your will. So let's keep that right here. And let's take a look at your tarot cards, pile number 3. So you have the 5 of challenges, which is the 5 of swords. So it's like, okay, we'll get to it in a second. You have the 3 of challenges, which is the 3 of swords. I think it's becoming clear here. You have the Princess of Swords, which is the Page of Swords. A lot of swords, that's for sure. You have Judgment. You have the Lover's card. You have the Fool. The Tower. And you have the Two of Wands. Okay. So, pile number 3. Again, your message is very clear. So, I'm going to tell you about the main prediction of the signs and the synchronicities that you've been seeing, and what your spirit guides have been trying to draw your attention towards. So with the birch tree, we see the end of a winter and the beginning of summer. We see you clearing out from your world the old energy and preparing for the new. And the reason I say that is because with the Yule log with the Celts, there's the traditional, like I said, winter Yule log, where with the log, they put a lot of birch twigs and they create with it a broom, and it's used as a symbol to brush out the dust of the old year and bring in the new. So we clearly see that as well with the yellow Aventurine. There's a bright, beautiful new tomorrow that you will love. So that part is clear, right? Let's establish that first, because there's a more important message with the synchronicities that your spirit guides have been trying to show you. So here's the thing. A new beginning is going to happen anyway. The old is going to be cleared and a beautiful new beginning is to come. But with the inner journey and the principle and the club, we see that your spirit guides want to draw to your attention the learning lesson behind what happened. In fact, you have, of course, with the birch tree, a lot of eyes. It's like, look into what happened. Why? Because you don't want the lesson to repeat itself, to keep coming back into your life. You want to end it this time properly. And the reason I say that is because we have, with the Three of Swords, the challenges that happen. You may be running from it. Why am I saying running? Because you have a giant here. And with the Five of Wands, the first instinct when you see a giant is to run away from the giant, right? So we see the idea of whenever you're hurt about something, you tend to run away from it. You tend to maybe shut it down. And your spirit guides are telling you that you have the challenge and the solution in the same hand. It's in your hand to move out of this completely and to not keep running away from it. Yes, you, in specific pile number 3, you will always find a new tomorrow. It's like you don't get, and that's a very lucky and beautiful thing. You're not supposed to in this lifetime to dwell on a bad situation. For one reason or the other, probably to help you with judgment, with your growth. You're never going to ever be stuck in a certain situation. You're always going to come out of it. And so you're going through your life journey, your inner journey, through small phases of a small challenge, and then you're out of it. But they're going to repeat themselves until you finally see what's beyond it. And we see here with the Beauty and the Beast, it's not about what something looks from the surface. It's what it presents from the depth of it. And so your spirit guides are guiding you with all these signs. Yes, there's a new tomorrow. Do not worry ever about it. Ever, not just this time. All your life. But they don't want this to be repeated like a cycle. And they want you to be in control of life and not life in control of you against your will. And that is with the Princess of Swords, by finally, with every situation, looking closer and deeply at it, and to ask yourself, what is it trying to teach you? In fact, I want to tell you the 4 questions. So Brian Katie helps us dig deeper into a situation that we may be worried about, so that we're able to get in touch with that part of our brain that constantly maybe runs away from things, from fear, or feels like something is going to happen. And so the way to get into it is really lovely. Maybe you want to Google it. So the 4 questions are: is it true, that worry that you have? Is it really true? And second question, can you absolutely know that it's true? Right. Third question. Now we're getting into the very interesting part. So how do you react, or what happens when you believe that thought? Ponder on that. And the last important question: who would you be without that thought? And from there, identify exactly what you need to do in order to be that person, so that you can live the life that you want and take advantage of the things that you want. Decide that it's not going to have an effect on you anymore, because you want to be that person. And so here we see the lock and the key is within your hands, and your spirit guides are really encouraging you not to run away from it anymore, but to dig deeper from the surface and see exactly what's wrong. Why does it keep come back? What kind of worry is it projecting? What kind of worry you could be projecting that you may not be always aware of, that keeps attracting the same situation back? And so instead of running away, you're being encouraged to now face it. Face it by changing who you are on the inside, to learn the lesson it's trying to give you and to provide you every time. It looks like something scary, but really it's always coming with a lesson that wants you to take it. Pile number 3. So don't let the circumstances take control of you is your message, and be the one to take control of it. Other than that, your synchronicities and your messages are telling you, like always, the winter will be over and you're getting ready for the spring. Wonderful times are ahead and you're starting a new, beautiful beginning. But your spirit guides want you to end it once and for all with the judgment card, to finally rise above this lesson within your spiritual journey and to move into higher, beautiful realms of blessings. Pile number 3. And oh my God, I've just noticed something mind-blowing. Of course, you've been seeing all sorts of signs and synchronicities, but for some of you, you may have been seeing a lot of 3 and 5. 3 and 5. So yeah, a lot of 3s and 5s in specific. All right, so now let's listen closer and deeper to your spirit guides, pile number 3. How are they advising you exactly, since they can see everything and they can see the outcome? How are they advising you exactly to look deeper into the situation, and what do they and how do they want to help you out now with this? So let's pick up your tarot cards and see what exactly do they want to tell you. Pile number 3. Thank you. What do they want to deliver to you exactly? Oh, I'm sensing intuitively. Small changes make big differences. Small changes make big differences. Oh my, thank you for your spirit guides. You know what, pile number 3, I think you're the only pile who's going to know this. I'm gonna make a topic out of this, and I'm gonna do the same as I'm doing for you here now. I'm going to ask for the help of your spirit guides and ask what small changes can you make today to have huge differences. Let me note this down so I don't forget it, and I'll come back and tell you exactly what they said to you. Okay, so what are your spirit guides saying? Pile number 3. So you have the apologies, there we go. So you have the Devil card, the Teacher, this is the Hierophant, of course. And you have the 6 of Swords. Quite interesting. I like that, actually. Very smart, of course. Now, let's take a look at the other 3 cards. So, you have the 2 of Wands, the Lover's card, and the 7 of Cups. Could it be about wandering off, maybe? Okay. So, your spirit guides are saying something, in my opinion, is very, very smart, of course. With the Devil card, this is showing that you can make certain agreements with yourself now that you've dug deeper and thought about your worries, what could be creating them, how would you be without these worries. And it's okay. Sometimes you'll veer off course. When you do, quickly write down the exact reason or the exact trigger or the exact reason and trigger that veered you off course from this agreement that you've done with yourself. Let's say what worries you is, for example, feeling that the world is going to give you its ugly side. And you've made a mental note to realize that this may not be true. Yes, some things happen, but it's not true that the world will give you its bad side. Maybe it's there to teach you something, but it's not there to punish you or to give you its bad side. And so you've put yourself in this amazing mental state. And suddenly something happens and you're back at it. You lost the control. And so here your spirit guides are telling you to write down, to note what exactly was the cause of that trigger specifically that veered you off course, so that the next time this happens, you are in control of it. You see the situation coming, you know it's going to trigger you, you know that you might be afraid of it, and this time to choose to stand strong instead of being worried and maybe panicking and running away from it, to find your stability by noting down what it is that caused this trigger, that caused you to feel afraid, to worry, and to dig deeper into it. And this way, as you note down what happened, how to deal with it the next time, was it really as bad as you thought, this and that, note it down and remind yourself that it's not as bad as your mind would think initially when it happens. And so here we see the idea that simply noting down the triggers, your mind will note it as well. You'll be more aware of your actions. You'll be more aware of the things that happen, and thus slowly moving away from this energy. It's all about awareness here. The 2 of Wands is about exploration as well. So it's all about seeing and being aware of when you veer off course, because it tends to be here a trigger reaction, one that you don't think about. And once you put mindfulness into it, see it and think about it deeper, then it no longer becomes in control of you ever again. You become in control of that, because we saw here with the 7 of Cups that there's wandering around. The mind wanders to the worst case scenario, and constantly living under the few instances that could go wrong all the time will hinder one from doing the main things of life. Like, for example, some accidents do happen, but it's rare. And so if one thinks about accidents all the time, we wouldn't be able to drive our way or take a car or a cab or a bus, because we'll be constantly over worrying about something that happens maybe not even at all sometimes, right? It could be something small. And so why be overwhelmed with extremes when extremes only present 1 or 2% of the whole situation? So simply note it down and see what exactly triggered that will be your rescue. Becoming aware will be your rescue, pile number 3. So the Lover's card is about choice as well. So make that choice to know that everything is going to be okay, rather than wandering off about the extreme things that may happen that could hurt you. And that is exactly what your spirit guides are guiding you. That small change that can make a huge effort, and that can make a huge change in your life in terms of in terms of your spiritual journey, and what you may want to change to finally let go of this lesson. And that was your reading, my dear pile number 3. Do know that beautiful times are ahead. You're leaving the old, coming into the new. The energy of the old is you're leaving behind and you're starting anew. But your spirit guides want you to be aware of something, to see something, and that's the most important thing to them. That was your reading, my dear pile number 3. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up. And also, if you love zodiac tarot readings, make sure you check out my other channel. You'll find it as the first link in the description box. And please don't forget to subscribe so that you never miss a reading that I upload here. And also, don't forget to check out my productivity book, pile number 3. This book could really help you out, not just in being productive, but in being self-disciplined in general, even with your thoughts. You'll find that this book is small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate or waste time reading it. But you'll find that it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive, more self-disciplined person, all while enjoying the process. And so if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. And now there's also an audiobook if you love and enjoy audiobooks as much as I do. And pile number 3, it was such an honor doing this reading for you, wishing you the best. Look forward to beautiful times to come. And it's so wonderful to know that you are always protected. You'll always come out of situations. You'll never be kept too long in one. That's so sweet. That was your reading, pile number 3, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 4. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful Lapis Lazuli as well as the Buttercup. Can you see that? Yes, you can. So we're going to see how that fits into your reading. And today, as you know, we're taking a look at what the recent signs and synchronicities have been trying to tell you exactly. And to do that, we are going to take a look at your oracle cards. So you have healing energy, and you have a palm there. What serene energy? Okay. You also have Mars in Pisces with escape. You have Rose. Romance is in the air. So some of you could... These signs are telling you that you're about, especially with the Pisces, get into a relationship, a very healing relationship. But not necessarily. But there is a strong message here for some of you, especially that the Buttercup is related to a Persian story of a Persian prince falling in love with a beautiful nymph, right? So yeah, that right off the bat I can tell you. But now let's see the main message, pile number 4. So you have the Keeper of Boons, which is of course the King of Pentacles. And boons are, you know, a wish coming true, just like when you rub the lamp with Aladdin, you get a boon, you get a wish coming true. So this is really cool. Keeper of Boons. You have the Death card with black shuck, right? So with that wish, a huge transformation is happening. You have the Hermit card. So that could be either a relationship happening to you, or it could be something that's speaking to your heart. A dear wish in your heart coming true. You have the Hermit card. You have the Knight of Cups. The Seven of Pentacles. You have the Nine of Swords. If you hear any background noise, this is my dog. Just want to give a heads up. You have the Page of Pentacles. And you have the Five of Cups. So, what do we see? Have the Oracle of the Delphi here. So your signs are definitely telling you something, because you know oracles, they're not like psychics who decipher symbols and information. Oracles give you a message straight from source, right? So you're being told about something that's definitely happening here. Whether this is a relationship or with the Nine of Pentacles, a dream come true, this is what your signs have been trying to tell you. Love your pile number 4. Wow. So we're seeing a beautiful positive message that yes, it is a wish coming true because of the boons here. Or maybe a relationship is a wish of yours. So you're being granted a wish. You keep seeing these signs and these synchronicities because they're telling you, hold up, pile number 4, you're about to receive your wish now. Let's get into more details of what this wish is or how you're going to maybe experience it. By the way, if you've been seeing a lot of 9s, because we have 9. Oh my God, this is the Page of Pentacles, not the 9 of Pentacles. But, you know, I saw it obviously as a 9 of Pentacles for a reason to deliver this message. Maybe it was from the Oracle, right? Since I wasn't deciphering. But anyways, with the Page of Pentacles, it still means you're receiving something. So you may be seeing a lot of 9s. 9, 9. Yeah. But regardless, this is a general reading about the signs that you have been seeing. So the amazing thing here, pile number 4, it looks like, with the two here, it looks like you won't just be given one option, but two. Two great options in terms of making your dreams come true. Now, with the Hermit, you're going from nothing to several options, specifically 2. So let's say you want to travel to another country, right? Let's say this is your wish, since we have the horses here. Then you won't only have an option, a great stable option in one country, but you may have 2 stable options in 2 countries that you're now thinking, should I go to this country or to that country? I love both, I don't know. Or maybe if this is a relationship, as we've noticed in the beginning, you're getting 2 options. You're not just meeting one amazing person, but it seems like you'll be meeting several, or perhaps even in specific two. And you'll be choosing between two amazing and great options, and perhaps always keeping the other one as a friend. If this is work, then you're not getting one great opportunity, but you're getting two, and you may keep the two in terms of your work pile. Number 4. All in all, with the escape and Pisces, it's gonna feel like you're living in this dreamland that is actually your real world. So in the beginning, it's going to feel like surreal is the word I'm looking for. It's going to feel surreal. You won't believe that this has entered your life, because we see with the 5 of Cups and the Hermit that there is some sort of feelings of lack. And so the signs are bombarding you, telling you, do not feel that lack, because perhaps it's the lack that is prolonging this journey for you. And that's why you have the palm with stop, right? We're seeing at this phase, the signs keep telling you, don't think like that. Something great is coming. Many, in fact, great things are coming. And this is the Oracle of Delphi. So this is straight from source. This is not like guesswork or trying to decipher. This is exactly what you're supposed to know. And your cards are actually clear. You're receiving a great wish that is in your heart. For some of you, it's romance. For others, it could be different things. 7 of Pentacles seems like you've already you've seen the signs, and now the signs are kind of escalating. Like you've been seeing signs, and now you've noticed recently that you've been getting a lot of signs, and you don't know why you've been seeing this type of synchronicities, or maybe hearing a lot of messages that are bombarding you of something that is happening. And so it's clear you're supposed to know about this now and to believe it. It's straight from the universe, straight from source. You're supposed to hear this. And this transformation is happening. And the wonderful thing, like we said, you're not just going to have one. It's hard to believe that it's coming, obviously, but not only that, but you'll be choosing between many, or you'll have a lot of these wishes that you want to achieve. Pile number 4. So cool. Oh, look. Even this Page of Pentacles is holding 2 coins. For some of you, you're going to like one of them more than the other, or one of them is maybe making you more finances with the Pentacles more than the other, something like that. So yes, 2 things. Right, so now that we have an idea of what the signs are trying to tell you, let's dig deeper together, pile number 4, and get more information for you. What are these signs really... No, sorry, that's the wrong question. I wanted to ask, how is this going to happen to you? And perhaps if we're lucky, when? Let's put a card of when first. Strength card. So usually the strength card is an 8. Some decks have 11, was originally 11. So this could be in November. Pile number 4. This could happen in November, or maybe even before. Okay. This could be in November, or sometime during the fall. It could be the beginning of the fall. It doesn't necessarily have to be November. So the fall, maybe September, October, November. Okay, so sometime during the fall. Okay, so how is this going to happen for my dear pile number 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So excited for you. Let's see how this is going to happen. So the time is near, obviously. For some of you, it's going to be December or September or November. So these are the dates that I see. All right, 7 of Cups. Seven of Cups is kind of telling me that you're going to be oblivious when it happens. And it's supposed to be like that. You're not going to know. So we're seeing you're not going to get information here in today's reading exactly how it's going to happen. That's left out for discovery. But with the Four of Wands, again, if this is a relationship, then whether it's a relationship or any type of wish, really, we see that there are big steps and phases happening. And so with the first phase that is happening, you kind of start to see the potential of your wish coming true, but you can't see how it's going to work. So we see it's happening over several phases, maybe even 4 months, okay? You have the Seven of Swords. See, with the sword in the eye, you're not supposed to see what happens exactly. But we will see what you're allowed to know for the time being. Seven of Swords. The Judgment card. This might start off as a tricky situation, in fact. And you have the Five of Wands. A tricky situation leading to humongous change. So let's think about this. And we can see here a tricky situation leading to several options and making a grand change in your life. One that will go through phases. I know it's very vague, but that's the energy of the Seven of Cups. It's like we're trying to navigate through what we're allowed to know. Yeah, Four of Wands, you're going to celebrate this, you're getting this. In fact, Seven of Cups is again talking about fantasies and dreams. But we're asking how it's going to happen. So with the web here, it seems like it's going to be built over time, over the next 3 to 4 months. You're not going to see how this is going to happen. It may start as something a bit challenging, with something that may look challenging, that will lead to not just you rising and seeing your dreams, but to several options at the same time. Very what's the word called? Riddle-like. But we can clearly see you're not supposed to know exactly. That's what you're supposed to know for now. But in terms of timing, it's clear for you. It's during the fall. It's developing over the next 3 to 4 months. And by that time, you're going to have big options to choose from. So all the best of luck, my dear pile number 4. That was your reading. Oh, wait, sorry. I forgot to ask. I wanted to do that for you. I wanted to ask if there is any advice, even if I just take a card or two. Hold on, pile number 4. I did that with every pile, and I want to do it with you too. Wow, you have the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Wands. And really, for your pile, maybe that's why we forgot it. It seems like it's happening for you anyways. It's coming quickly. No need to worry about that. This is happening for you. Okay, I feel good about that. So pile number 4, that was your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. And also, if you enjoy Zodiac Tarot readings, make sure you check my other channel out. You'll find a link to it down in the description box. And please don't forget to subscribe to this channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book. Pile number 4, this book is small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate, you won't waste time reading it, but you'll find that it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person, all while enjoying it. You'll find that this book truly holds true to this promise. And pile number 4, if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. And now there's also an audiobook if you enjoy audiobooks. And pile number 4, wishing you the best. Lovely, lovely message to have with your synchronicities. May you always be blessed. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.